Mic check, mic check. I hope y'all else can hear me. Hey, Anthony, I see you out there. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to Lunch and Learn. Where's my host, Miss Taria? All right, to Taria. We'll give Taria a second. So I just want to welcome you to this week's episode of Lunch and Learn with your host, Dakisha Williams, and co-host Taria Hodge. I'm excited to have you joining us today. Hopefully, Taria will log in here shortly. And today's topic is, are you buying yourself into broke? Yeah, that's a tough one because so often we find ourselves investing in different products and programs. And what are you really getting out of those programs? Are you really implementing what it is that the program has offered? You know, I can only speak from experience that, I've invested in coaches and different programs, and I found myself still at the same position that I was in. I want to definitely, before we kind of get deep into it, see what's going on with Miss Taria over here. See if she's having some. Oh, she said it kicked her out. Never had that problem before. All right, so let's see, since she's not able to get on. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa, welcome. It looks like Taria has been kicked out and having some issues getting back in. I can only log in by phone. Oh, so does that mean you can hear me? Can you not see me? Look at the top and see if your mic is selected. And we still don't have. No? Oh, man. I'm sorry, I can't read sign language. Hopefully you can get your sound together. I'd love to kind of hear your perspective on a topic that we're talking about individuals that are, investing in different programs and not really getting and moving in the direction that they want to move in. And Anthony, I noticed that, he had launched a free chapter of his book yesterday and talking about the 100K blueprint. And so it becomes really, really important to Anthony. Are you on Chrome? I think we need to ask Taria the same thing. Is Taria on Chrome or is she on her old laptop? All right, there's Anthony. Try again. Taria, if you're out there, yes. Oh, Taria's on Chrome. You might have to try Firefox. Can you let Anthony in? And where's your other computer? Are you able to get in on your other computer? He is in. Oh, Lord. So we're just having all kinds of technical difficulties. Everybody's pending in. I tried both plus the phone. So one of the last things that I would suggest, sorry about the technical difficulties, but I think we might want to end this broadcast and there you go. How do you make me the host? Hey, you got to start where you are. You got to learn somewhere. Thanks, Vanessa. Too bad you're not in, Vanessa, you're not in your computer. I'd love for you to join on. She's like, how can I do that? Sorry. Something she has to click. Oh, Lord, she said something that she has to click on. We got 2 flashing screens. Come on, Vanessa. There you go. There you go. I got somebody that knows something about Blab.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, sweetheart. I can hear you loud and clear.
Awesome. You know, we are not dressed for Blab today. No.
Look, I got on a t-shirt. Look, don't worry. I just did my hair. I literally just took my wrap off and everything. So, hey, this is how we do it. You know, we were on to midnight last night, Vanessa?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, it was on late. But I think, and I've been on one where it was done, but I've never done it. I think, I don't see it because I'm not a host, but I think that there's something that Taria can click that's on your picture here that will
my picture.
Yeah, that will make you the host.
Oh, I wonder if she can right click my picture up top or something.
Yeah, so something over here with your picture that she can click on.
She said I can get everybody else on but myself.
I know.
Oh man. Hey Mark. There is Anthony.
Can you hear me now?
He says
yes.
Make host and refresh.
Now you can hear me.
Hear you loud and clear. Hear you loud and
clear. Good.
So Taria, why don't you Mac Burnett is telling you to click on something to make host, and then I'll go ahead and continue the conversation with Vanessa and Anthony. So welcome to this week's episode of Lunch and Learn. You got to start somewhere, huh?
Right. Where's the lunch? We got lunch? Somebody said lunch?
So the people that are out there viewing are probably having lunch because, Team PPI, we don't eat. I had trail mix.
Oh, gosh.
Sorry, Vanessa. You didn't get the memo?
I ate. No. That's good for Anthony. Anthony has thug wife, and thug wife doesn't let him eat. And that's fine for Anthony. But
she don't let me eat the wrong things.
Anthony would blend right in. So I don't know if you guys kind of heard what today's topic was about. So we were talking about different clients that we work with that have invested in program after program after program and are literally still stuck and not clear on what their next steps would be and how frustrating that can be. And I can only speak from experience, working about 2.5, almost 3 years ago with a coach. This was 2 years after I started my online shoe company. I always share the story that I wrote a business plan. I submitted that business plan not once, not twice, 3 times. I think it was 4 times. And I finally was approved for $31,500. And when I tell y'all I blew through $31,500, like I wish I had 31 grand right now, like sitting on the table. Okay. I wish it was sitting right here in front of me on this table because, based on what I've learned is, I could do so many things differently, but just to back up, I spent a lot of that money investing in marketing coaches, business coaches. I'm somebody to host. Oh, she switched. And And, you know, I still was in the same position, not really clear. There's my baby. Not really clear on what my next steps would be. You know, have you guys ever worked with anyone or ever felt like you just kind of stuck and, you know, you don't know what the next steps really should be?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's one of the difficult things of starting out as an entrepreneur is that you don't necessarily know what you don't know. You don't know the questions always. Hey, Taria.
I made it. Oh, Lord.
You know, you don't know necessarily the questions to ask. And so you see all of these programs out here with all of this wonderful marketing, because all of these programs have this great marketing that is going to speak to you on some level. And so it speaks to you. Okay, she's in, but we can't hear her. Oh, gosh.
So but you're absolutely right, though, Vanessa.
You know, it speaks to you. And so you think, okay, this is where I should be. And then you get in there. And of course, everybody's telling you you have to invest in yourself, that it's not something that happens overnight. And when you're starting out, I mean, $600 a month, that's that's not a lot for some people, but for some people, yeah. Oh, that's a couple of car notes in our house. So
depending on what kind of car you have, exactly.
You know, so that is really, you know, that's significant. And if you're not getting a good ROI on that, if you're not getting a good rate of return after a couple of months, I mean, you're not in a position where you can invest $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 and not start having some money coming back in.
I like what Mac Burnett said. Mac Burnett said, not everyone who's a coach is a coach. I like that. Right. That's deep.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's very important. Anthony, did you have something that you wanted to share?
No, I mean, well, she's really hit the nail right on the head. I mean, it's a great topic of discussion to talk about. And one of the things that I always say is, it doesn't make sense to invest in something that doesn't allow you to get a return on the back end. So there are a lot of people out there that I think there's a duty that you have to have in this position of being in front of people and being a leader, that if people come to you and they're bringing their hopes and dreams, then you have a duty as that leader to provide them with the best return on investment, ROI, that they brought to you. And that goes even higher than the dividends that you're receiving on the front end monetarily, because the better, if you can impact them, not only then help them become successful, that's when your business grows. That's when you make the greatest impact. And that's the better impact, not only on you and between them, but on the world. So yes, it's sad that a lot of people are out there wasting good money. And it's sad that people are actually taking their money for their hopes and dreams. So, great topic.
No, I mean, you're absolutely right. And, you know, that's one of the reasons that, you know, when I teach the Evergreen event sequence, when we're teaching the Evergreen revenue model, when we're talking about the profit plans, you know, it's here for me because I've been there and I walked that walk and I've invested that money. I've bought 4 cars in coaching programs. So it's here, you know, it's coming right from here. So when you guys hear me, you know, or even I call you all and I say, Vanessa, what was your revenue for November, for October?
You know, time to get off the thing. She's like,
all right, I'm dropping off, you know, and I call Taria and Taria says, hey, Dakisha, you know what? I know what I generated in revenue last month. That means everything to me because I know how hard it was for me. And it's up to me to pave the way for those that I work with, for those that I coach, for those that, you know, that are out, that are watching the blab, that are out in the group. You know, it's not just a business or a job, but it's how I serve, you know. So when we started talking about where's my 100K, like, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Like when I sit down and we get together, Like I'm literally showing you step by step by step. And that's one of the things that you just don't find a lot anymore. You know, they say you share the what and the why and you buy the how. But sometimes even when you buy the how, it's fluff. And I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna be, 100 all the way transparent. I can't hear you, Taria. No, you got to check your mic, host. No, she sounds like the Sprint commercial. Can you hear me now? No. Check your mic.
She may have to reboot.
Oh, are you gonna have to reboot your computer?
That's what I had to do.
Are you serious?
Yes, I did. That's what took me a while to keep coming back in.
Oh, okay.
But it's okay.
Okay.
Keep it moving.
Did Mac Burnett just call me gangster? I'm the profit gangster.
Shout out to Mac.
I'm the profit producer gangster, Mac.
That's right.
I really truly believe in helping people generate a profit in their business. So while Taria's rebooting, and I know that Vanessa jumped off, and I want to kind of go through and I want to walk you through how to monetize your gifts. And I know, Anthony, you talk about the 6 figures, 100K as well. Hey, Vanessa, but I really want to walk people through it. And, you can't start at the end. You really have to start with the beginning in mind. I laugh between Shay and Trevor, but you really have to start at the beginning and know where you want to end, which is really, truly important. So when I say that, what's the goal that you really want to generate in revenue every month? Like you have to think about that. And that's something that you have to literally, you have to write it down and work for it every single day. So I challenge, each of you that are watching or will go back and watch the replay, I challenge you to really think about, what monthly income would really have a comfortable lifestyle for you. Whether it's $5,000, some people are good with $5,000. They don't need a lot of money, and that's okay. Some people are good with $8,333, which is equivalent to $100,000 a year. And some people are okay with that. Sounds like I can hear Taria now.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh, shucks.
Let me tell you something. 2 computers and a phone, really, seriously, Blab, but we're gonna get it done today.
We got it done. So Taria, I was literally going through and walking through how to monetize the gift. Mm-hmm. So before I let you talk about how to grow the list, I'll go ahead and finish up with how they can monetize the opportunity. So first, we started with understanding how much revenue you want to really generate in your business. And notice I didn't say profit, because there's a difference between revenue and there's a difference between profit. Profit is what you make after you take into account for expenses and what you spend in your business. The revenue is basically the gross sales and what your business is generating. So you really have to take in consideration, honestly, what's my take home pay? Because just because your business is generating $100,000 in revenue, don't get it twisted. That does not mean for 1 minute that person is generating $100,000 into their bank account. There is a large difference. So when I say, how much do you want to make in your business? You need to be able to do the math and be able to take an account for how much it's going to cost you to run your business as well. So you might have to do my 10 times. I've been reading that book where you increase your goals by 10 times. And I love the quote and I always mess it up, so don't judge me. But I love the quote that says, if you shoot for the moon, if you fall, or if you might land amongst the stars. So, you might say, okay, I want to do $15,000 a month. And some people might say, what the devil, Dakisha, what are you on? Like, are you kidding me? Some people might say, look, I want to do 20K. But would you rather shoot for $20,000 and land in $10,000? Like, I mean, would you rather shoot for $10,000 and land for $5,000? Because I'm gonna tell you, $5,000 might change somebody's life right now. Somebody might be working on a job that they hate and they make $3,500 a month. So $5,000 looks pretty good. And so once you determine what it is that you want to make per month, multiply it by 12. I like to use $100,000 because it's just easy math for me and I don't have to pull out my calculator. Okay. So what if you had a product, guys, for $997? What if you had a product for $997? Just one product. And some of you don't even have that. Some of you are so busy trying to sell a $47 product or a $9.99 product. And don't get me wrong, it's great to have, but is that really going to be what takes your business to the next level? Think about it.
What's the strategy? If you do have a $47 product, then you shouldn't really be spending all your time delivering that $47 product. That
better be an automation.
Yeah, it has to be an automation. It has to be. Okay, you have to automate the process to get that. And I'm so glad that we're talking about this today, because I just wanted to say the reason why I named the broadcast the way I named it is because it stemmed from a conversation. And when the lady actually said to me, Taria, I bought myself into broke, it hit me. But then I had to stop and think about it. Like, wow, that was, kind of my experience too. Okay. That you go out there, you buy programs and don't get me wrong. This is not a coach bashing session. This is nothing against mentors. That's not what we're here to do at all. Okay. Because I have coaches, I have mentors that I work with. Okay. But the problem is, how do you implement the things that you have learned? What's the systematic way for you to do that? And as entrepreneurs, a lot of times that's where we drop the ball. We don't have a systematic way in which we are doing things in our business. So therefore, we go through the stop and start. And a lot of times the stop and start is what's really killing us. Sometimes we'll have a really good month and we're on top of the world with that good month. And then when you look the next month, it's like, oh my gosh, what happened? So how do we find a way that would allow us to generate that revenue in our business, and not only generate it, but generate it on a continuous basis? We want to be consistent, and that's what it's all about.
Consistency.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, you have to focus on consistency and like you said, Dakisha, break those revenue goals down into bite-sized chunks, and then implement those systems that can actually allow you to get to those goals. Yeah, but be consistent in how you do that. Absolutely. And there's so many people who don't.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they're enticed by the shiny objects. They're enticed by the slick words. They're enticed by that. But I want to challenge any and everyone that listens to this to follow. You have to make sure that the leaders that you decide to align yourself with, and where you decide to invest your money, make sure that those leaders, that you do a little due diligence to find out exactly what they're about, what they're aligned with. Are their values and system in alignment with yours? Because if it's not, I guarantee you there's going to be a disconnect in in the services that you receive for them, and how it's going to reflect itself, show up in your business. It just is. So you want to make sure that you kind of position yourself in that way. And I know that's kind of like off the record. That's a little bit nothing that's written in books. But I know that I've always gained my best growth from individuals who I knew were in alignment with the exact type of alignment of who I was as a person. We give shout outs to Shay and Trevor. Love Shay and Trevor. Excellent gentlemen. They move from here. They're about profit. They're about delivering on the back end to produce results. Those are the people who I like to align with. So likewise with you too.
No, absolutely. And so basically it's just doing your due diligence. You can't align yourself with people that are not going in the same direction or have walked the walk that you are looking to pursue. And so one of the things that I was saying, and that and before I turn it over to Taria to kind of help you generate the leads in your business, really going back to breaking down basically your income stabilization point is what it is. So let's just say, and we're going to do a quick mathematical problem for those that don't like the finances in your business. Hold on to your seat for just a second. I'm not going to hurt you. And so let's just start with $100,000. So $100,000 in the next 12 months is what you're shooting for. May not be what you wrote down on your paper, but that's the exercise that we're going to do right now. So literally, if you write down $100,000, how much is that equivalent to every single month? All right. So divided by 12, what, $8,333?
Yep.
And so that's $8,000 a month. And so that's literally a little over $2,000 every week. So 52 weeks at over $2,000. So let's just visualize, because I'm not going to say imagine. Let's visualize that you have a product of $997 in your business. How many of that product do you need to sell per month in order to generate $8,000? It's honestly a little less than 9. It's 8.3. So if you were to generate 8 of those programs per month, that's about 2 per week.
Yeah.
That's 2.
Come on. She's preaching now.
Like,
and sometimes people get scared of the numbers.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, guys, all you have to do is keep having that conversation. Keep getting in front of people who have the problem that you solve. You mean to tell me that you can't get in front of enough people with all of these online platforms that are available? Periscope, Blab, Instant Broadcast Pro, Twitter, I mean, you name it. It's absolutely no reason why you can't get in front of 10 or 15 people per day to have a conversation about the products or the problems that you solve and close 2 a week. Come on. If you can't close 2 a week, not only do you need to call me, you might want to rethink what you're doing in your business. You really might want to rethink your journey. So I'm going to turn it over to Taria, because guess what? She's going to walk you through how you can get 10,000 people on your list. So now it makes the
yeah, and I'm
easier.
And I'm so glad that you said that, Dakisha, because, you know, a lot of times, you know, we make things harder than it really has to be. And when I tell you it is not that hard, you just broke down the equation where you said all it takes for you, if you have that $997 product, is to close 2 people a week. But this is what I'm going to share. This is the reason why we aren't closing 2 people a week. We don't have enough qualified prospects in the pipeline. That's what the issue is. We don't have the prospects in the pipeline. So it's either feast or famine sometimes. Okay. Or we only connect with the people that's easy to connect with. Okay. But, you know, you have to, you know, learn a way, you know, to generate that prospect. So what I'm going to share with you is the evergreen prospecting sequence. Okay. And this is a proven and consistent way that you could keep your pipeline filled with qualified prospects over and over again. And you could do this in 7 easy steps. And so what I tell you, it's all about putting a system in place. It's all about putting a system in place. You don't have to make it harder than it really is. Okay. So the first thing you want to, in generating qualified prospects to your business, the first thing that you want to do is offer something of value. And we talk about that all the time. Offer something of value. A lot of times we go straight from, hi, I just met you, to buy my product.
Right?
Seriously? No, it does not work like that. Okay. What are you giving? What are you providing of value that would allow people to want to take that second step or the next step with you. So we're not doing that a lot of times. Okay. So what I usually, teach and talk about is offer a free gift. Okay. Offer something of value. Like Dikisha said, we're on here. Oh my gosh. If you haven't figured it out as yet, your Periscopes, your Blab videos, the first 2 chapters of your ebook or your book, give those things, a way to attract people. Let them see themselves in what it is you have to offer. Okay. Develop, a free gift that you could offer. And you really don't have to make it harder than it has to be. Whatever you decide to give as your free offer should be able to be delivered instantly and digitally. Yeah. Okay. So that's the first key. We're not going to get into fulfillment. Now, we're also going to talk about how we're going to deliver those gifts. Okay. So I'm going to introduce, the text message technology, the mobile marketing technology. Okay. So why is mobile marketing so important? Because everyone now has a cell phone or a mobile device.
That's right.
Okay. So if you aren't, contacting or touching your prospects where they could be mostly found, then that's one of the biggest mistakes that you're making in your business. Okay. A lot of times, we're sending emails. Dikisha, when I sit and I analyze my situation, I manage 13 different email addresses. That's right. I said it. 13 email addresses. Because not only do I manage for myself, I manage for clients as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Because and the reason why when I started my business, I started out as a CRM manager. That's my background. Okay. So of course, I need to have access. Okay. So 13 email addresses. And my story goes like this. If you're going to send me an email, please text me and let me know that you've sent me an email. Now,
have mercy.
Yeah. Now, what does that say? So we have to find a way. Yeah, so we have to find a way, to get in front of our prospects, in real time right away. Studies have shown that 90% of people open and read their text messages within 30 minutes. You got that? 90% of people open and read their text messages within 30 minutes. That number increases to 98% after 3 hours. Hello?
Yeah,
98%, 98% read rate.
Yep.
In 3 hours. You can't get any better than that versus, sending stuff via email where people might not get to it until a couple of days. Okay. So once again, it's all about being strategic in the process and the methods that we're using to generate our prospects. But check this out. You could have someone text in to receive your item of value, your free gift. And the purpose of that is you're now collecting something of value from them, which is their information. And we are in the information age. So if you are not collecting information first on your prospects, you are cutting your revenue by 80%. So stop it. Stop it. Stop going for the money first, because when you collect the money first, that's all you walk away with. You walk away with the money, and there's no way for you to continually market to your prospects and offer them different products and services. So you give a free offer. You might have that $47 offer. Okay. But if you don't have the information, you can't come back with the $9.97 offer. You can't come back with the $9.997 offer.
That's good stuff.
So collect the information first. Don't shortchange yourself. Okay. So now when that person receives that text message response from you, what is it going to include? It's going to include a link to a what? It's going to include a link to your squeeze page. Now, I said squeeze page, not your website. We're not sending them to 7 different landing pages.
I know that's right.
Okay. Sometimes, we aren't specific in the directions that we are giving to our prospects. Okay. And I see people shortcut it all the time. And that's why I'm talking about it. Okay. Because I've been doing this for a while and I see all the shortcuts. I see all the tricks. Okay. Don't do it. Don't confuse your prospects. It is said, a confused mind rarely buys. A confused mind rarely take action. So if you want your prospects to do something, give them one thing and one thing to do only. Okay, so take them to your squeeze page, and the squeeze page is designed to do one thing, and that's to collect the information. So it's going to tell them about the free gift that you offered.
Yep.
It's going to tell them how they could get it, and then what they need to do to get it, which is usually fill out your first name, fill out your last name, fill out your email, fill out your cell phone number, click on download now, click on register now, click on get this, watch now, whatever your call to action is going to be. Okay. And then another thing, while we're talking about squeeze pages, please only collect the information that you're going to use. Okay. This is not the time for you to get date of birth, addresses, grandmama's name, granddaddy's name. No. Okay. Only collect the information that you're going to use, because think about it, as consumers ourselves, when we see something that we like and we want to get it, how do we feel when people ask us 1,000 questions before we could get it? Okay, so don't do that. It's a big turnoff.
Yeah.
Now I'm also going to share with you, we're talking about how you could generate 10,000 prospects in your business. I'm going to share with you how it really gets good, because Dikisha, when I tell people we're going to generate 10,000 leads per month, I see the shutdown. The eyes glaze over. They roll back.
That I get when I tell them they can make $100,000 in 12 months.
The eyes roll back, in the back of their head, and they're like, "Oh Lord, I can't do it." Okay. But the next step after they fill out the squeeze page, you're going to take them to a thank you confirmation page. And on that thank you confirmation page, you're going to do two things. You're going to tell them, number one, where they're going to receive the free gift, which is in their email. That's why we collected the information in the first place. But now you are going to give them the opportunity to share your information with their network. How powerful is that? That you now have brand ambassadors that are willing to share your information with their social media network. Now, do you know that the average Facebook user has 742 friends? Did you know that? 742 friends. Now, let's think about it for a minute. Now, Dikisha is a numbers person, okay? So I'm going to just break it down just a little bit, okay? 742 Facebook friends, and they share your free gift with their 742 friends. Now, do we need all 742 people to take our free offer? No. What if we just get 10? And 10 of their friends share, or text in, I should say, text in to receive our free offer, and they come through the same process. And they now share with their 742 friends, okay? And 10 of their 742 friends come through the same process and share with their 742 friends. Now, you see how easy it is for you to generate those 10,000 prospects per month? This is not a game, people. We take a look and we see this. We go through this process, okay, with big companies all the time. Okay, I was looking at Fios the other day, and the TV kind of timed out, and Fios has a rewards program. So they're saying the same thing to you. If you go ahead and you share our information with your friends, we'll give you a reward.
Yep.
Okay. And what do? Because you want that reward, you go ahead and share it with your friends. Okay. But what is that doing for that company? It's bringing in more qualified prospects. Okay. So now I'm just going to go back, Dikisha, to talk about the second step that happens after they fill out the squeeze page. So we talked about collecting that information. And the reason why we need to collect that information and store it in a CRM is because it allows us to follow up in a regular and consistent basis. So it is said that the money is in the list. We've all heard that before. So I just explained to you why you need to build a list, because the money is in the list. Let's take it a step further. The fortune is in the follow-up. How are we following up with our qualified prospects on a regular and consistent basis? Okay.
Right.
And this is where we drop the ball all the time as entrepreneurs. We drop it because people aren't coming in to a process. They aren't coming into a process. They aren't. Okay. And once you don't set a process or have a way that you could do things on a consistent basis, you're going to cut yourself out of the revenue. So once you've collected that information, now you're able to deliver value on a regular and consistent basis. Send another email. Okay, that's delivering value. Take them a step further. Then follow up with another email. Take them a step further. And you want to know what's really great that you could do? You could now pair text messaging to let them know that you sent them something special, and they need to go ahead and check their email because it's there waiting for them. Okay, because I know that helps me a whole lot. Okay. Now, Dakisha, after you have delivered a series of value emails, now you're ready to invite them to go a little bit deeper with you. So a lot of times we just go from hi, I just meet you to buy something, and we forget the value part. Deliver the value, deliver the value, deliver the value. And after you have proven to give value, now people, they're interested. Okay, they're ready to take that next step. So Dakisha, this is the part where I turn it over to you, where you share how you can now turn those webinars, those broadcasts, those conference calls into six figures.
Well, and I want to, before I even tell them how they can really generate their revenue from hosting platforms like this, I think it's very important to reiterate the fact that what Taria is sharing with you about building your list is so critical, because what you have to understand is when you go to pitch, who do you think you're pitching to? You're pitching to the people that are on your list. You're pitching to the people that have indicated that they are truly interested in the products and the services that you have to offer them. So the people that are on your list, and statistics have shown that there is a larger conversion rate with individuals on your email list than it is on different platforms. So the people that are going to buy are those individuals that are sitting on your list waiting to hear from you. And I've been guilty of it. I've been that one who does not follow back up with my list, and my list goes stale. I remember talking to a client, and she's been in business well over 7 to 10 years. And she has thousands of people on her list, but the list has gone stale. So now she has to go back and rebuild her list because she is no longer relevant to the individuals that are on her list. And so that's why I want you to really key in on the things that Taria is telling you with the email sequence, with the text sequence, because you want to position yourself to stay relevant. And so the webinars and the calls are just another added value for you to stay relevant. Why do you think we do these blabs? Why do you get on Periscope? Why do you think we were just on a hangout last night and turn around and doing a hangout tonight? I'm going to stay in your face and on your let me tell you,
that's right.
When you see that face, you be like, oh Lord, there goes Taria. And that's what I want you to say. Because guess what? You are sitting there and you're listening to what we're telling you because you're learning, you need it, and it's relevant. Right. And to be honest with you, the message is not for me. It's just to be passed through me right. to you. And so I say that, and leading up into the conference calls, the webinars that we do, listen, it's a strategy that goes with it. We're not just doing it just because.
Right.
I mean, it's not just here just because, oh, they got Blab. Let's try Blab. Like, no, the whole gist is to monetize. The goal is for you and your business to make money. But here's where we oftentimes make the mistake. We make the mistake of not allowing enough time to implement the strategy, to get people on your call. A lot of times, you just decide early in the morning, hey, I'm doing a call today, and nobody shows up.
Mm-hmm.
A event or a workshop in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and you post it on Facebook and you expect the world to fly in and come to your event. Hello.
Come on.
Somebody, right?
Yes.
And so then you get upset because no one showed. 5 people showed. Well, you didn't do the work. I can guarantee you didn't use 5 out of the 7 ways to generate traffic to your registration page. You just posted it on Facebook, buy a ticket. Mm-hmm. That's not gonna make me want to come. That's not gonna make me want to show up. What information have you shared with me to say, Dakisha, this is for you? How can I self-select and say that I need to be in the building because XYZ? Let me tell you something.
Deliver the value.
We just came from Playtime is Over this week. You want to know why it was important to be there?
Why?
Mickey Taylor was there. Cheryl Wood was there. Her tribe was there. The individual from, I think it was Brett Jeffries from Harpo Studios was there. Roz G was there. Let me tell you, I do my homework. When I go into a conference or I go into an event, you best believe I'm scrolling on the internet.
So you're saying that you walk into an event with a plan and you have a system in place before you even walk inside there.
You better have a strategic plan. And I just want to say hello to Pastor Sanders, who just joined in with us.
Oh, hi, Pastor Sanders.
Yes, so absolutely. Whenever I go to a conference, let me tell you, this was the first time that I went to Power Networking Conference in Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
So when I saw the booklet of the individuals that are going to be there, I knew Les was going to be there. So I knew Dale was going to be there. And I say that like I see them every day, right? But I knew they were going to be there. So I had to get there and see Dale, see Les. But it was 2 other individuals that I made it my business to position myself in front of. And that was Kim and Bernie. And I believe it, I might mix them up, but Bernie is from CEO Space. Him and his wife founded E-Women Network. And if you've never heard of it, you better look it up. So guess who was sitting in the front row of Kim and George Frazier's workshop? Sitting right in the front row, okay?
Right.
That's how you strategically work an event. Yep. You have to go there with some intentions in mind.
Right.
And so it should be the same approach for your workshop, for your conference call. You should have some type of intention set up. You can't just post something on Facebook and expect for the world to fly in. Yeah. Do you know how many ways that you can generate traffic to your upcoming event? You have the text messaging system that you can use. There's social media advertising that you can use. And if you're having a small event, you want to make sure that you budget a minimum of $25. If you're having a large event, you better be prepared to utilize a minimum of $500. Excuse me. And so you got social media ads. You have email marketing because you've been working to build lists. Yes. Okay. So they're looking for you. They are really waiting to hear from you. When you go stale, you disappoint them. Like, I don't know how to express this in such a manner that you get it. So you have posts. You can create an event post. But let me tell you something. When you do that, you need to direct them to a registration page. Yes. Send them to Eventbrite. Hello, I said it. Don't just send them to Eventbrite. And here is why, though. Because on that registration page, you're going to list information about the upcoming event. You are going to allow them to self-select who this is for. And so what it does, it allows you to collect the information from people who are truly, sincerely interested in the event that you are hosting. You don't want every Joe Schmo and Tim Susie. You know they're going to come to the page, but are they really coming to the event? So you don't want to have a conversation with 10,000 people that hit your registration page. You want to have a conversation with the person that actually filled out the form to get more information for your event. Like, is this making sense? Like,
yeah, and that's what I was about to say, Dakisha. Okay, because a lot of times we take a look at that traffic and we go, oh, we have, all these people, are actually liking our stuff on Facebook, but all they are at that point is just a lead. Mm-hmm. And what we're interested in is getting qualified prospects. So the easiest way for you to identify who a prospect is give a call to action.
Right.
That's why you have the registration page. Once they have actually filled out that registration, it lets you know that they have raised their hand and they're saying, I'm ready to learn more. Okay. And those are the people who you focus on.
Absolutely.
Okay. Give them the opportunity to raise their hand to say that I'm interested in learning more. Leads versus having prospects.
So once they actually register, there's two things that's going to happen. You want to send them to a thank you page, but you also want to start that email sequence where they get the information about the upcoming event. Now, in that thank you page, not only are you thanking them for registering, but listen, there's an added bonus that you can do. You can actually add the option to share your broadcast or your event on their social media platforms. Taria just shared that with you. Now you can tap into the 742 friends that they have on Facebook. Come on, holla if you hear. Mm-hmm. So it starts the process all over again. And so they're going to get about 10 emails that are leading up to the event. They're going to get to the thank you page. And then the big day arrives. So the big day, you want to kill it. You want to have so much valuable, you just want to give it everything that you have, okay? When you get off, you're like, whew, that just took everything out of me. They're going to want to come back for more. I promise you. But after that, when you offer a product, that $9.97 product, you want to have a sales page in place. You don't want to just send them to PayPal. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. You want to have a sales page. And once again, there's a 2-step opt-in for that sales page. And there's a reason. When they get to that sales page, they need to, number one, they're going to find out what's involved in the program that you've offered, or what the opportunity to have a conversation of what you would look like. But you want to allow them to complete a opt-in form on that sales page. And here's why. Once again, don't you want to have an idea of who's seriously ready to take the next step with you? What if they don't go to the checkout page? What if the time is just not right for them? Would you like to have a one-on-one conversation and maybe work out a payment arrangement versus taking everything at one time? You're leaving money on the table when you don't have what we're teaching you in place. And that's the reason that you're struggling to close 2 deals a week. To close $8,333, $364 a day. Hello. That's why you're struggling, because you don't have the system in place in order to generate the revenue that you have set for yourself. So before I close, not only do you need to have that sales page, definitely take them to the checkout page, because that's where you're going to have the price of your program. Once they check out, we teach the upsell, downsell sequence. And for the sake of time, I'm not going to go into that. But you might want to upsell them into a high ticket product. You might want to downsell them if they're not ready to move forward. So there's a sequence that comes along with that as well. And so once they become a client, guess what? Once you serve them, once you give value, they're going to be your biggest cheerleader. Why not offer them some type of revenue share, compensation for generating more leads for you? Now you've got an affiliate system in place where they're bringing you people because they're telling everybody how awesome you are. You got this system set up for you. And once they start going back and shouting at the rooftops about how great you are, they're only just going back and talking to their circle of influence. It really just starts the evergreen prospecting sequence all over again. And so, for those of you all that are watching or maybe watching a replay, I really want to invite you to join Taria and I tonight as we talk about, are you buying yourself into broke? And we're really going to break down the evergreen prospecting sequence on how to generate 10,000 leads. and the evergreen event sequence for those that have a book launch coming up, you have a workshop, a conference, or something that you're trying to drive traffic to, and you really want to monetize it because you're tired of doing it and coming out of your pocket for it. You're tired of doing it, and then you walk away and they say, how much money have you made? And you say nothing. I mean, it's the truth. It's reality. So we're here to help you. And so the domain is 10K leads.
Yes. So you could register for tonight's event by going to www.10, that's the number 10, the letter K, leadsnow.com. So once again, that's 10kleadsnow.com. And we're going to talk about that. Thank you so much for posting it, Dakisha. We're going to talk about that. Stop buying yourself into broke. Get a systematic way that you could implement, all the strategies that you've learned in those programs that you have purchased, because that's number one, the reason why you got it. Okay. So it's all about having the conversation, and we're not shy to have the conversation about talking about money and how you generate the revenue in your business. If you are scared, to have that revenue conversation, you're scared to talk about how much money you're not making, how much money you need to make, the ways that you could start to uncover making the money, the different profit buckets that you just have lying dormant in your business. This is what it's all about. Okay. It's uncovering that. Okay. No more being broke. So register for the event at www.10kleadsnow.com. And that's tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Awesome.
Okay. All right.
So
and
go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to ask Anthony if he had any closing remarks, before we close out. I thank him so much, for jumping in and supporting, because at the last minute he's like, "What's the link? What's the link? Can I get on?" So thank you. And if you guys have not met Anthony is also a member of the Peak Performers Institute, and he's better known as the Magnetic Marketer. Okay, so what Anthony teaches. Oh, the Magnetic Networker. And I was just about to say what he teaches is how to be effective at networking events, because attending networking events isn't just for you to show up and eat the hors d'oeuvres and stand up looking cute. I mean, you do that too. But how do you make the most of the events when you're there? Okay, so go ahead, Anthony, you could share.
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to thank you guys for an incredible information-packed excuse me, little cough there. An incredible information-packed blab. As always, every time I get on with you guys, it's always, even though we're on the same team, there's always information to be learned, and it's also valuable. So I want to recommend anyone that's watching tonight, you want to make sure that you tap into the 10K Leads Now event that Dakisha and Taria will be teaching. They take you step by step by step through a process that leads you to a destination of profitability inside of your business. And if that's something that you're looking for, and that's a system that you want, you by all means want to be there. It's guaranteed to put you in a position that's different than your competition. And you always want to be in a position where you can separate and dominate in the marketplace. So it's the place to be. If you're one of those people who are maybe timid, maybe concerned about, I don't know, is this for me? I don't really know. This is what I highly recommend. Bring a friend, not one, but two friends. And together, you as a group, you follow it and you listen word for word verbatim and find out together, is this something of value? But those two friends that you bring, don't just bring anyone. Bring those people that you respect. You respect their opinion. You respect how they're actively showing up in the marketplace. You value them. Bring them to the event. Take the link that's above. Take that 10K link, put it inside of Facebook, and send them a private message and invite them to be on tonight. And then afterwards, you have a conversation about that. That's how you have to do it. It's what I like to call the Delphi model of coming to a conclusion. Delphi model, just to give you a real quick synopsis on it. Basically, what the Romans would do, they would actually come around and they would bring all the people around. They'd ask a series of questions, and everyone gives their opinion on it until they can come to a conclusion together of what direction they should go. So if you're unsure and you're sitting on the edge, don't leave it up to yourself. Bring those individuals as a collective to the meeting and let them see, and you all decide together if it's for you. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Good deal. So I look forward to it. As always, thank you for having me on. And gosh, you know.
What a better way to spend your lunchtime, huh?
Yes.
This was a true lunch and learn.
Yes,
it was. So I want to thank everyone that tuned in, and I want to thank Taria, thank Anthony, thank Vanessa as well, thank Mark for hanging in there. And so this week's episode of Lunch and Learn, I'm excited about the new platform. Face-to-face is so much more personal. I love to see you guys and not just be on the phone with you all. So hopefully we will keep the Lunch and Learn platform on the Black platform. So it's every Thursday at 12:30 to 1:30. So stay tuned and tune in next week, same place, same time. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a blessed one. Bye-bye.